Hey everybody, Higgsfield have released their MCP and CLI integration that allows you to now integrate Higgsfield using, or into Claude Code and also Codex. I'm a Claude Code user, right? But of course, Claude's image creation capabilities kind of suck. I often have to create these in ChatGPT, so I'm gonna try integrating this. I'm gonna try creating some cool images and some cool videos using Higgsfield, which I'm super excited about. So before I've done this, by the way, I do have a Plus plan on Higgsfield, so I am paying for this. I think it's like a small monthly cost, so that's something to bear in mind. So I've got a Plus plan, and I'm now on the MCP page, so higgsfield.ai/MCP. And you see there's 3 different ways you can install it. If you're just using like Claude, the desktop app, you could use the MCP here because you're just going to settings and connectors, and it's very easy there. There is a note here though, that if you are using Claude Code or Codex, it's better to use the command line interface. So this is like this one here. So this is now actually a set of like command line terminal instructions that you need to plug in, right? And there's also actually a skill, so Claude skill if you want to use that as well. For this one, because it's been recommended, I am going to use the CLI. And notably, this is because like I'm using multiple tools, right? So sometimes I'm going to be using Claude, the desktop app, but other times, maybe I'm using Visual Studio Code and I'm using the Claude Code extension within this, right? So I'm using like different things. And in the past, I've found that if I've like installed it over, the settings connectors, it's going to limit myself to like basically using the desktop app. That's what I found in the past anyway. So let's go ahead and install using the CLI. So I'm going to take this code. So I've got a new Claude Code chat open. On the right hand side, you can see you can open it up and you can open up the terminal, right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to simply paste in that command that it provided, so that npm code installs npm install g Higgsfield CLI. So I'm just going to write that down now. Has now added the package, so we're going to go back into the guide, and you see there's another step, Higgsfield auth log in, right? So I'm just going to write this. This should now open up the page to authenticate. Correct. So I just click connect. It's giving me a little upsell offer. I do not want to buy anything more. I've already bought the stuff actually, so let me just exit this. So I'm going to click the X. Device authorized, you can close the tab. Cool, thank you. That is done now, and now let's see the other step of the guide. Plug skills into your agent. Okay, so just type this. So I'm going to put this here. Yes. So I can now choose which ones I want. Oh yes, okay, so space to toggle. Okay, so I'm going to pick that one, that one, that one, that one. So I want all of them. Next. Which agents do you want to install? So I use Claude Code. Install in the current directory or global. Okay, so I like to do global. So obviously, like if you do it project based, it's going to only work within this folder structure that you have. So that would be for me like within this like Jonathan Wiki folder here. But I'd like to run at a system level in case I need to use it outside of this folder as well. Installation method, symlink, recommended, single source of truth, easy updates, or copy to all agents. So I'm going to go with the recommended version now. And security risk assessment, yes, let's go. Install and find skill. This will help your agent discover and suggest skills. No, I'm cool. Okay, so this now should be done. Let's check it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart Claude and try it. So I'm going to write test the new Higgsfield CLI integration. Does it work? We installed it over the command line. Using these commands. We then installed several skills So let me just clarify that to Claude Code so it knows exactly how to find the integration. You see, now that I've specified how I actually installed it, it's able to like pick it up. So before it wasn't able to pick it up. If you just say like test the new Higgsfield CLI integration doesn't work, it's just like, well, I can't find it. So you need to like say, this is how I installed it. Right. Okay, cool. And now what I want to write is for it to update my connections.md, because I actually have a file. Let me show you what it looks like. Connections.md, and this is like kind of like a list of all the different connectors that I'm using, right? And what I can do is in the future I can ask it to always refer to the connections.md file to understand how I'm connected to different tools. I've got so you see I've got Gmail there, I've got all my other like tools like Slack, vidIQ, my Google Drive, etc., right? So I'd like it to document it within connections.md. Document the integration within connections.md so that in the future you're able to refer to this to understand how we've integrated Higgsfield. Okay, cool. So it's now like below here, you see that we've also now got the Higgsfield AI integration listed in the connections.md. So it's going to be able to refer back to this. So let's try it out. And the first thing we want to do with Higgsfield is apparently create a soul ID, which is like a character. So that in future photos and stuff like that, it's going to be able to refer to the same reference file, the soul of the character, right? So I've prepared a set of photos of myself. So it says between 5 and 20 photos you need to prepare. So I've got this prepared now. So using the Higgsfield connection, use the following reference photos to create a soul ID for myself, Jonathan. So here are all the photos. So you see I've got Jonathan photos here. I'm just gonna copy the link to this. I'm going to paste this in. I've misspelled soul ID. Soul ID. And that's it. You can see that it's now generated my soul using the different reference images. So what we can do is now using this image, we can create anything we want. Like so, using the soul ID Jonathan, using Higgsfield, and using GPT image 2, let's create an image of myself climbing Mount Everest, photorealistic. I'm nearly reaching the summit. It is now golden hour lighting. Yes. And it's now done. So it's created the image. So let's have a look at it. Downloading. So there I am, climbing Mount Everest. It looks just like me. Wow, pretty cool. And that's it. So we've linked up Higgsfield, and now we've used it to create an image using prompts. And obviously we can do this with reference images, we can do it with videos, we can try out lots of different possibilities. Cool. Hope that was helpful. And if you liked this video and you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. Cheers.